After his falling out with Coach Adam, Jason has a short-lived agreement with fitness YouTuber Ian McCarthy. Ian and Jason had once briefly feuded, but reconciled during the end of the Adam Harper era. During that period, Ian and his girlfriend stayed in Jason's condo for a time, while Ian and Jason shot several gym videos together. During one video, we learn that Jason takes pre-workout supplements which are full of caffeine and other stimulants at all hours of the day and night, and sometimes even sprinkles them on food.
C4 is a tropical cream
diuretic.
So let me get this straight. You had a tub of C4, the pre-workout, and you took a scoop of it and poured it all over your plate.
It turned into tropical cream.
Really?
Yep.
And did it taste exactly like cake afterwards?
Yes.
What?
Hilarious! That's fucking funny. That kid's so happy. Oh, God.
When you consider that Jason also has multiple energy drinks per day, his volatile behavior begins to make sense, as does the elevated liver enzyme count that Adam attributed to steroid use. After Adam's departure, Ian McCarthy briefly claims that he will be Jason's new coach and even live with Jason over the summer. However, this deal abruptly falls through and Jason is left in limbo again. Without Coach Adam dogging him relentlessly, Jason's weight balloons out of control. He trains infrequently and his body fat spikes to over 21%. In July, Jason releases a strange video in which he has put on so much weight that the letters of his woman's tank top are being stretched to the point of falling off. Jason rambles nearly incoherently about his haters, while giggling and smiling maniacally. He repeats the phrases sticky bandits and Elmer's glue multiple times before devolving into an incomprehensible gibberish and deranged laughter.
Hello this morning, haters. You're my sticky bandits like Elmer's glue. You stick on like sticky bandits. Gloves like Glove, sticky bandits.
I don't know what to say to that.
I can't stop laughing. It's so fucking funny.
Such incidences have led witnesses to take note of the change in Jason's personality over the years. In the early days of the Genova story, Jason was certainly arrogant and delusional, but he seemed to possess a far greater degree of lucidity. He was enthusiastic and he could easily deliver lengthy, professional wrestling-style speeches. Over time, however, Jason's behavior has become increasingly unhinged, and he has difficulty speaking single sentences without repeating himself or reciting his mantra of "it's sick, it's piss, it's revolting, it's insulting," often shortened simply to sick, piss, revolting, insulting. Some have placed blame for the shift in his personality on Jason's medication, which forum users learned was a potent antipsychotic called haloperidol. The drug carries many severe side effects, including drowsiness, involuntary muscle movements, and potentially even long-term neurological degeneration. Whether Jason's behavioral change is the result of medication or brought on by the Truman Show experience his life has become is uncertain. After only a few months without Coach Adam, Jason's weight has soared back to well over 200 pounds. In an attempt to dirty bulk up to 260, Jason and Andrew visit Golden Corral in a now infamous video. An obviously fat Jason fills plate after plate with food that he refers to as slop, within range of fellow customers and employees alike. While shoveling food into his mouth, and with crumbs somehow on his neck and shoulders, Jason makes the bold claim that after bulking to 260, he will diet back down to 210.
How are you going to cut down?
Cardio, lots of cardio. Low calories. I'm going to be eating 1,500 to 2,000 calories a day.
Do you still lose weight?
Yep, always.
I gained weight.
No, I when I eat 1,500, 2,000 calories and take fat burners and thermogenics and lots of supplements and do mad cardio, I drop it all. Well,
A chance meeting in the gym with female bodybuilder and porn star Debbie DeAndrea offers Jason respite from his period of coachlessness. At first, Jason is flaky as usual and walks out on Debbie during a workout to get his camera.
here to do his thing with you. And this is bullshit, your attitude. You're in here doing something, you want to get serious.
I'm getting serious.
But you walked away. She was.
No, I had to get my camera.
You walked away, but you do this. You go to the bathroom, you get your phone, you.
Stop it! Stop it!
Whoa, Jason, chill out. Come here. Jason, listen. Let me talk to him. I just had a little conversation off camera with Debbie. She told me she wants to train you. She said she's willing to devote her time to you, but only if you are dedicated.
Yeah.
And like when you walked off just now, dude, she was pissed. Like
Hey, all she had to say was, "I'll be right back.
Right.
I have to go do something."
Don't disappear
Alright.
for 5 minutes
But you should have
because
told her, Andrew.
I did. I didn't know where you went. Okay, all right, it's all good, Jason. It's all good.
But after a quick altercation with his mother and a talking to from Andrew, Jason makes amends with Debbie and they train together. Surprisingly, Debbie is one of the few people to have a modicum of success with Jason. Either because of her formidable muscularity or intimidating strength, Jason not only respects Debbie, but appears to fear her as well. Under her tutelage, Jason at least temporarily gains some understanding of proper lifting form. However, the unwanted attention and trolling from fans would cause Debbie to step back from her role as Jason's coach and stop appearing in Delray Misfits videos altogether. Again without a coach, Jason's diet and workout routine rapidly spirals down the drain, as does the quality of his content. Frustrated by the drought of mints, some witnesses have splintered off to form their own faction centered around the Monkey Prick Facebook group, named after an image of a human-ape hybrid that bears a striking resemblance to Jason. These so-called monkey prickers increase their trolling efforts in various ways, such as convincing Jason to drive around to pick up imaginary girls. They also engage in homoerotic conversations with Jason. It's unknown whether Jason is actually gay or just engaging in this behavior because, like steroids, he views homosexuality as an intrinsic part of being a professional bodybuilder due to the fact that many do gay-for-pay pornography to make ends meet early in their career. Surprisingly, Jason soon announces his desire to compete in the Ruby bodybuilding show. If true, it will be the first bodybuilding show Jason has competed in for over 3 years. To lose weight, Jason embarks on the curiously dubbed Ethiopian crackhead diet, which consists of protein shakes, almonds, and Quest bars, none of which are known to be staples of Ethiopian cuisine. However, the diet may have more to do with Jason's culinary ineptitude than anything else. In a 2-part cooking video, we see Jason prepare several meals under the moniker Chef Crackhead. While Jason makes a protein shake, Andrew draws attention to the mountain of free supplements that Jason is not supposed to be taking because of the interactions they have with his antipsychotic medication.
Slim Science appetite suppressant? Jesus, really? Ultra concentrated sleep and recovery. Oh, you just spat all over me. Rev test, all natural testosterone booster. What else you got here? Blackstone Labs. Oh, blast from the past. Hype, nitric oxide booster. What does that even do?
Later in the video, Jason cooks a piece of frozen fish by microwaving it and then briefly frying it. When it's done, he places the fish and some microwaved green beans on a dirty plate that he briefly wipes with a disgusting sponge and no soap. Jason unsuccessfully attempts to unclog a moldy sink with his bare hands and proceeds to eat his meal without even washing them. To top the meal off, he has a glass of wine out of a dirty blender cup full of detritus. Shockingly, this is actually a step up from Jason's previous culinary endeavors. In spite of his regular exposure to salmonella, Jason manages to bring his weight back into the low 180-pound range. The day of the Ruby Classic arrives. Lubed up with cooking oil like a Thanksgiving turkey, Jason takes to the stage. He rushes through 3 poses before his Darth Vader theme music can even start playing. Despite his extensive knowledge of bodybuilding, Jason doesn't know how to hold a pose for more than a second and is forced to repeat the same poses multiple times. Aside from the awkward hiccups in his routine, Jason still manages to place 3rd in the light heavyweight division, out of 3 competitors. After the show, Jason is congratulated by a large group of Genova's witnesses who have come to support him. Unfortunately, Jason squanders much of the goodwill gained from the Ruby show by starting pointless feuds with other fitness YouTubers and having his fans flood their channel with comments and dislikes. The attacks are known as an Order 66 because Jason has a bizarre obsession with the Star Wars prequels and a belief that he is Anakin Skywalker. While the witnesses had always been happy to carry these out in the past, the frequency with which Jason now calls for Order 66s becomes tiring and they begin to lose their power. In the following months, PJ Bron begins to interact with Jason again, though not as a new coach. In addition to being invited to a private screening of The Force Awakens alongside many bodybuilding celebrities, Jason is also used in the Blackstone Labs vlog series, A Day in the Life, Beauty and Bron. However, during a Periscope video, PJ admits to the viewers that he treats Jason with kid gloves because he believes him to be autistic. The controversy is short-lived though, as PJ and Jason quickly reconcile, with a lingering effect that further Blackstone videos without Jason are heavily disliked by the witnesses. During a visit to the grand opening event for Boca Nutrition held by PJ Bron and Aaron Singerman, Jason laments the fact that his girlfriend wasn't able to attend. People initially doubt the story because of Jason's history of lies, but it appears to be true when an Instagrammer and writer for Tiger Fitness by the name of Christina Old School Bikini RamenOVA posts a video claiming to be Jason's girlfriend. She changes her Instagram description to reflect her relationship with Genova and even goes by the moniker The Piss Queen, but it is believed she is using Jason's notoriety to boost her own Instagram following. These beliefs are confirmed when it is revealed that RamenOVA already has a boyfriend and then deletes references to Jason from her Instagram. Some theorize she was forced to troll Jason by her boss, Mark Lob Liner, possibly as revenge for his past experience being the victim of an Order 66. When his fans again go after Lob Liner, Jason attempts to call them off, but they do not obey him. As a result, Jason rebukes the darker elements of his fan base and renounces the name Lord Vader, claiming he is at peace with God. Despite the evidence that Jason attempted to call off the piss troopers, Lob Liner threatens him with legal action over claims that Jason has incited his followers to harass Mark's children.
Dude, I was never gonna take Genova to court. Shut the fuck up. All I said is leave me alone or I will have my attorney, or I will consider having my attorney sue you for incitement, because he kept having people go and attack my wife and kids.
In the face of Lob Liner's threats, Genova gains full support from the witnesses and declares Order 66 on Lob Liner again. The Tiger Fitness YouTube channel is forced to disable likes and dislikes, and RamenOVA deletes her Instagram. In January 2016, Jason begins to seriously float ideas of starting his own supplement and clothing company. Since Jason knows nothing about chemistry, web design, or running a business, this means that he will need to find someone to do all of the work for him. Eventually, Jason finds a partner in the form of a college student by the name of Austin. The partnership results in the extremely poorly designed Sickening Sups website, which features reassuring purchasing information such as should ship fast and no returns. Scandal soon erupts, though, when the website goes down after less than a day. Jason and Austin blame hackers, but it's more likely Jason simply gave a troll his password. Regardless of the reason, several people demand refunds for the $700 worth of t-shirts they unbelievably decided to purchase from Jason. As it turns out, the shirts had never even been made, as Jason and Austin planned to make shirts as they received orders. Though Jason at first claims not to have scammed his fans, he quickly reverses position and admits that he did steal the t-shirt money. He also claims that he's entitled to the mistake and should be respected for coming clean.
I should get a lot of respect for this coming out clean, but we all own up to mistakes, and I deserve respect for coming out clean. I did take a couple $100, not too bad, it's not that.
In a bizarre turn of events, Jason had been convinced to confess guilt by a troll under the false pretense of a supplement sponsorship. This would not only make Jason potentially the world's first reverse fake natty, but also a fake thief. In a video explaining his side of the story, Austin says that he has already refunded the money. He also goes on to describe Jason's greed and general disregard for his own fans. During a trip to the Europa Fitness Expo, the story of Jason Genova would take another bizarre turn when Jason runs into legendary YouTuber and natural bodybuilder Rich Larry the Lobster Piana. At first, Rich does not recognize Jason, but an obvious shift can be seen in Piana's eyes when it dawns on him that Jason was the one who Order 66'd him and negatively affected his social media. A clearly resentful Rich suggests that he slapped Jason on camera as a way of evening the score from the Order 66. When Jason offers to do a pose down, Rich is adamant that they slapbox. Instead of a friendly match, the 300-pound bodybuilder slaps Jason with the fury of a man who has left humanity behind. One would expect a former semi-pro UFC fighter to be able to handle himself in such a situation, but a bewildered Genova simply covers up to the best of his ability, while looking like he is about to cry. After the kerfuffle, Jason apologizes for his actions and promises to never order 66 Piana again. Surprising absolutely no one, the footage of a famous bodybuilder assaulting a mentally handicapped Publix bag boy proves to be a publicity nightmare. The video goes viral, eventually becoming the most watched video on Genova's channel and attracting attention from the entire YouTube fitness community. Rich releases a video explaining his side of the story. He recounts his experience being the victim of an Order 66 in the past, saying he received hundreds of death threats and comments trying to extort him into making Jason a sponsored athlete of the 5% Nutrition brand.
One day I woke up, picked up my phone in the morning, went on my Instagram, and I had, approximately 200 and something just negative comments, And when I say negative comments, they were some pretty disturbing comments. And, like, we're gonna cut your head off and piss down your throat, we're gonna stab you 100 times and let all the sickening, pissing oil run out of your body, and you're gonna, die a slow death. You're gonna get yours. We know where you live. Just stuff like that.
The continued harassment even spreads to his wife's social media, leaving them to fear for their safety. Rich admits that he had no idea about Jason's mental disabilities, and expresses a desire to collaborate with Jason now that their beef has been squashed. Surprisingly, the collaboration actually materializes, and the video provides many amends, such as Rich and Jason leaving a limo and both displaying imaginary lat syndrome. Defying all logic, another individual steps up to coach Jason, in the form of an ex-cop who was thrown off the force for altering license plates. In addition to coaching Jason, Johnny Fitness manages to get Jason a sponsorship with a meal preparation service called Florida Meals. Johnny even offers to pay for Jason to travel to New York for a party which will be attended by many bodybuilding celebrities. When Jason's mother, Jane, the Gaines Goblin, won't let him go to New York, Johnny instead uses the money to purchase clothing and sunglasses for Jason. Coach Johnny would become a source of friction between Jason and the Misfits as well. When he shoots a video of Jason getting a tattoo of a Darth Vader helmet, later revealed to be fake, it interferes with the filming of a planned special episode of Delray Misfits. Jason later appears to cut ties with Coach Johnny over the incident. He accuses Johnny of brainwashing his mother and trash-talking longtime friends PJ Bron and Adam.
It was kind of weird. I thought it was like some gay for pay type shit, because you hit him from us, wouldn't bring him around us.
He's bad influence. He's trying to use me. He's trying to wash out my mom's brain.
And trying is the key word, but
He's smart.
If you let this shit happen, that's your fault too.
Well,
you can't let the you're a fucking grown man.
I'm spilling the beans.
You should know better by now.
I'm spilling the beans. He's influenced my mom. He's washing brain my out. He's washing
brain my out. What
he's
the
washing
fuck?
everybody's brain out. He's
You're
washing.
not washing my brain out.
Well, he washed my brain out, and I almost lost.
Did he clean it up and put it back in there?
This is how the vicious cycle
Look at his
works.
face.
This is the vicious cycle, called the Sith Lord cycle. It goes something like this.
PJ, he said, no, let me explain.
Right.
He said PJ Braun's a bad person when he's not. He's obviously helping me with my own pre-workout drink. He says Adam's a bad influence. They were making fun of me.
He's trying to just push everybody away and have
That's
you all
what
to himself.
manipulators do. They
Yeah.
try to isolate you from everyone who cares about you.
The Misfits come to the conclusion that Johnny was trying to use Jason, but that doesn't make much sense, as Johnny clearly put more money into Jason than he got out. It is suspected that Jason ended things with Johnny because he tried to get Jason to stop seeing a transgender prostitute named Jasmine.
Oh my god, what the fuck is going on with this fucking face? It needs to be beat, it needs to be painted like my face sometimes. Say hola. Say hola, ¿cómo está? Alright, let's play some music. Damn. Why does it look like this right now? I don't like this fucking lighting. Oh my god.
The suspicion is possibly confirmed when it is discovered that Johnny had been engaging in sexual text conversations with Jasmine. The situation becomes even more weird when it's learned that Jasmine's involvement in the Genova sphere was probably a convoluted attempt to get revenge on her ex-boyfriend, a minor character named Wesley, by making him jealous of Jason.
Oh, he said, how are the blowjobs? Can you tell Wesley he's a fucking lame?
Lame.
Tell him you gave up the best thing in your life.
Lame.
Tell him you gave up the best thing in the fucking
life. You did.
If you thought there was no way PJ Bron could be brought into this, it is soon discovered that he follows Jasmine on Instagram as well. If nothing else, this arc of the story proves that Jasmine is a bodybuilding networking genius. Strangely, Johnny still hasn't given up on Jason. He releases a video titled Jason Genova Kidnapped, in which Johnny Fitness has Jason gagged and tied up. In reality, the video is meant to prove that Johnny is a genuine friend to Jason, as he expresses heartfelt sentiments of concern. This does not stop Jason from lying to Johnny non-stop for over 16 minutes during an interview done in early August, though. When asked if he's in good health, Jason says yes, then admits that his most recent blood work results show a high liver enzyme count, and his heart is also weak.
And what's your current health situation?
My health's in good shape. The last time I got my blood work, it wasn't so good. I had a little bit of problems. My enzyme liver counts were high, so it wasn't really good. It was looking shot. My triglycerides were kind of high. My mom probably told you that. My heart was kind of weak. Everything else came out fine. The stool came out fine. The blood pressure came out fine.
What was this stool like?
The stool came out normal. The pee and everything was normal.
Yeah.
All normal. The blood pressure was 128 over 80 came out normal.
Yeah.
My temperature came out normal. Everything came out normal.
Jason says he wants to compete in another competition, this time at heavyweight because of the size he's gained, most of which is visibly fat. The Iron Reverse Fake Natty proudly admits that he is taking 250 milligrams of testosterone, 250 milligrams of tren, 6 to 7 IUs of human growth hormone, and 6 milligrams of Anavar, given to him by a Miami doctor.
Have you gotten any side effects?
I get a prescribed from my doctor for the prescription. It's all legal, so safe. But the only side effect I've been getting is I've been getting tren sweats.
Tren sweats. What's that like?
Kind of get like nightmares and stuff, and kind of sweaty dreams and stuff like that.
Right.
That's part of the side effect of that stuff.
Do you get I know I've heard of Tren Dick. Well, I mean, do you get that?
I get hardness.
Yeah.
I get boners.
He also blatantly lies about the t-shirt scandal, blaming it entirely on Austin, and alleging it was an attempt to scam people out of money with a fake website, all of which we know to be completely untrue. The amicable terms between Jason and Johnny do not last very long, though. Johnny releases a YouTube rant where he states disappointment in Jason for not being able to stick to a diet. He also says Jason has been lying to people behind his back, claiming Johnny is bipolar and doesn't talk to him.
He can't really commit to anything anymore. He can't commit to a diet, and it's fine. But he went in there to NutriShop on his own to get his body fat taken a week ago, and he goes and he tells the owner and some of the people and the employees that I know well that I didn't talk to him anymore, and that I'm bipolar.
Even after Jason had turned on him multiple times, Johnny says he still reached out to the company that bought Florida Meals to get Jason a new sponsorship. However, Johnny shows reluctance to broker the deal after the original set of meals had been seen uneaten and molding in Jason's refrigerator.
I wasn't too aggressive about, contacting him because I don't really know if he deserves it. I don't know if Jason deserves this fresh meals plan to just quit and to just be full of shit and maybe give half of the food to somebody or not even eat it or let it spoil. There's fucking starving people out there that want the fucking food. And would you give them the fucking food after?
In spite of the scandal and utter failure that was the sickening Subs t-shirt debacle, Jason is still set on starting his own line of apparel and supplements. For the t-shirts, Jason enlists the help of Brad and Andrew. For the supplement, Jason goes to his brother from another mother, PJ Bron.
So why don't you hire him for your supplement line?
Oh, PJ's helping me with my supplement line. We decided that guy's bogus. PJ really wants to help me. He talked to, Steve, his friend Steve, PJ's friend Steve, the guy from NutriBody?
Yep.
Yeah, he talked to him. Steve talked to PJ and convinced him. There's a catch to it, though.
Steve thinks that we should do a pre-workout with you and give part of the proceeds to a autistic foundation.
Okay.
So it would be like raising money for charity, and then obviously you would get the rest, well, half of the rest of the money, I suppose. So, I mean, that's something we can absolutely talk about.
In mid-November 2016, a computer Jason scammed from Johnny Fitness allegedly breaks, and he asks his fans to send him a new one. With the waters properly chummed, countless trolls claim to be sending Jason everything from laptops to new cars. Jason believes that his fans are billionaires from Saudi Arabia who are willing to send him all of the free merchandise in exchange for autographs and t-shirts. Brad and Andrew are not convinced, so they make a bet. If Jason is right, Brad will have to shave his beard. If the gifts are not real, Jason will have to shave Trolled again into his hair.
My fans literally send me all this real stuff. They get all my autographs, all my t-shirts, all of it.
That's an even trade for a $1,500 computer.
No, if they
Amazing how gullible you are.
I'm
Like,
not
how
gull-
many times you
I
have to get
wanted-
trolled
I-
before you get all that glitters is not gold.
I want to show it to you. I want to rip it in your face, and I want to bitch slap you both.
Adding fuel to the fire, a troll named Annoying Biker posts a phone call where Jason offers to trade him Rich Piana's phone number in exchange for a free car. Jason also calls his fans idiots and dumbos. In another phone call, Jason claims he won't do shoutouts for his fans unless they send him gifts so he can shave Brad's beard. He then says his fans are trying to use him for his 26,000 followers, and gifts of $10 or less should be shoved up their asses. Though his like-to-dislike ratio was already at a low point, the brazen greed and disrespect on display in the Annoying Biker videos only fans the flames of animosity towards Genova. Jason does eventually receive a gift from a fan, which he opens in full view of Brad and Andrew. The package contains a new iPhone box, but instead of an iPhone, there is a tube of chapstick and a name tag inscribed with Janoi Cresva.
Oh my god. Wait. You got chapstick? Where's the phone? What the hell is this? Ooh. What's the matter? I was right, huh? Bullshit. The scammer got scammed. A name tag that says Janoi Crest.
During this period, Jason also goes on sprees of launching Order 66s against various internet fitness celebrities, and also all grocery stores other than Publix. In particular, he calls an Order 66 against Rich Piana's newly ex-wife Sarah. However, the attack on Sarah is interesting because it was likely an attempt to curry favor with the Piano Man himself, as Jason's desire for another collaboration video are later leaked. When the probably imaginary collaboration video between Rich and Jason falls through, though, Jason launches another Order 66 against Piana. But by this point, most of Jason's fans hate him, and the Order 66 has lost its power. Shortly afterward, Jason makes a bizarre video where he claims to be paying Rich Piana a visit in Tampa, but Jason doesn't know the address for 5% Nutrition headquarters and has to ask his fans for directions. Jason eventually wanders around the 5% Nutrition parking lot carrying a bat while cosplaying as a mafia member. Unable to find Rich, he hits some supplement bottles with a bat. The video is overwhelmingly disliked. For now, this is where the story of Jason Genova will leave off. In the third and final video, we will explore what is perhaps his greatest fall from grace, and question whether he can ever be redeemed.